Hi guys, welcome to the next video. We're going to start this video a little bit different than what we normally do. As you can see, you should be looking at a chart right now. This chart is actually what I created today with some information in regards to Enoch's calendar. Now, a lot of the information that I have on here, I need to just go ahead and let you know. A lot of the information that I have on here, I've understood from researching online, reading articles, sitting and listening to videos, and doing any other digging that I could possibly find. As I was going through listening to some of this information and learning some of this information, I understood that we actually touched on some of this stuff in some of the past videos. For example, in regards to the face of the cherubim, we were talking about the creatures that were around the throne, and they had four faces, and we were speaking in regards specifically about the eagle. We had been talking about the tribes. We had been talking about what happened to the tribe of Dan, and we had gone into speaking about the eagles. And but it was about the creatures that were around the throne with the four faces. Some other information that I found in here also, I just wanted to include so that I can just provide as much information in this chart as I possibly could. I want to just go ahead and start off and let you know that I do have a playlist that is in regards to Enoch's calendar. Currently right now there is 4 videos in there. There may be some more in there here very shortly. But there's only 3 of them that I would really recommend that you guys listen to, and I would print off or save a copy of this chart while you're doing it. One of them is named The Order of Melchizedek and the 12 Houses of Heaven. That was the most beneficial video I have sat through, and I want to thank Sister Ellie for sending that and sharing that with me. That video is about an hour, but guys, I'm here to tell you, print off this chart, grab a pen. You're going to want to take notes because it's extremely interesting. There are also 2 rather short videos. They're about 12 minutes apiece, and they are dealing with the clock of Giza. Extremely interesting as well. The other videos that I have in there, I'm still making my way through as I'm still trying to dig into some information in regards to the 3 kings. And so I am making my way through that, but I wanted to go ahead and get this information up first. So guys, let me just preface that I don't know a whole lot about the Zodiac. I think I told you guys that already. Everything that you see on this chart has just been a crash course in learning and understanding what all is going on and how things are operating, even with the Zodiac. So there could be a mistake in here or some type of an error, and if there is, please just kindly let me know, send me a comment, or let me know what you see in here that just does not seem right, because believe me, there could be stuff in here, and I want it to be correct. So because we're going to be using this as a learning tool as we go along, I'm sure. And so when you're listening and watching those videos and the information that I had mentioned to you here just shortly ago, please print off a copy of this, or at least leave it handy to where you can follow it in regards to what they're speaking of. Now, I'm just briefly going to go over this chart, and you guys can take some time to dig into it at your own leisure. I do have the circle here that I normally had when I had my index card, and remember the Lord told us to quarter it off, and so we quartered it off. And remember the Lord told us that there were 3 in each section, so there's 3 in here, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 in each of these sections. Now, when I showed you all the index card, and I had that circle and the quarters and the 3s in here, I had the word Queensland up in this area and the word congealed. Do you guys remember that? And that was actually being pointed out as the spring area. Notice here that I have this as the summer area and the spring area is over here. Now, there is a reason why I did that, and let me go ahead and point out to you why I did. I identified the Tropic of Cancer that is linked to June the 21st as the longest day of the year, and I identified down below the Tropic of Capricorn, which is linked to the shortest day of the year. And the reason why I did that is because when the sun ascends, it increases in daytime and to make it the longest day of the year. And when the sun descends, then it comes to the shortest time that day is available. And so that's the reason why I wanted to put that there, along with the fact that on the equator that goes across, that the sun goes up and down, up and down, up and down, and hits both of these tropics to show when it is during the year. And this is it just made it easier for me just to put it this way. So guys, know that that if I rotated the chart and spring was here, then we would be fine. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I did go ahead and identify each one of these quarters as to what season it was, season 1, 2, 3, and 4, and went ahead and put that in here for you as well. I've identified which way the sun would be moving around this calendar. I've identified the zodiacs within the calendar itself. Now notice on the zodiacs I put the age of Cancer, the age of Leo, the age of Virgo. And the reason why I did that is because each one of these sections is an age. And an age is approximately 2,000 years to 2,500 years in time. Now there are 12 ages in this zodiac, and 12 ages is equal to one great year. And one great year is approximately 24 to 26,000 years. So to go from here to here is approximately 2,000 to 2,500 years. To go from here to here will take you anywhere from 24 to 26,000 years. Now I'm talking the ages, okay? I'm not talking about the sun making its way all the way around these constellations in a year. I'm talking about time and working your way through all of these ages. Now I thought that was pretty interesting. And so then I also learned some information too, that around this age, right where that dot is right there, was the time of Jesus. So Jesus was born just before the age of Pisces. And this is approximately where we are right now. We've just entered into the age of Aquarius. And so the information that I was learning about the age of Aquarius was that we know this is the man with the water. He's the water bearer. And so we know it represents pouring out the Spirit. It represents Pentecost. It represents a man. It represents a priest. And it represents Reuben. Now Reuben was Jacob's first son. And remember, Reuben lost his firstborn rights because of an issue that he had. And so we know that it's linking to sex. And so isn't it interesting that right now sex is all in our face? It's on television, it's in the commercials, it's in the songs, it's in everything. It's everywhere. It's right in our face. And so isn't it interesting too that we see that word is linked to this word? It's all in the same thing, and haven't we seen that in the news lately as well? Now what I learned and understood is that now opposites of these signs are very important. So the age of Aquarius and the opposite of that sign is the age of Leo. So what we have here now is we have kingship. the tribe of Judah, the door. And so what we have in totality is the priest king. We have come into the age of the priest king. Okay, and so we know that that really equates to Melchizedek. We know that that's the high priesthood, the kingship, the order of Melchizedek. And I thought that was so interesting when I was listening to those videos. Guys, you're going to pick up a lot of information, probably a whole lot more than I did, but this is showing you that all of the information is right there in the stars. And what I understood about the energy and the frequency that's coming off of the stars being in and us entering into this particular constellation or this particular ages, subconsciously we're picking up on some of this stuff. And so that's the reason why people are actually going around talking about Melchizedek now. And some of them don't even know why. And you know, they're absolutely right. When I was listening to that video, they don't know why. Well, this is the reason why, is they're picking up on the energy of the constellation of the stars. And so in through here, I went ahead and identified, I have a key here, and I've color-coded the element of the earth, air, water, and fire. And so if it's an earth sign, I left it as green. If it's an air sign, I identified it in orange. If it's a water sign, blue. And if it's a fire sign, I went ahead and identified it in red. Now, we know that the tribe of Judah, when it camped out around the tabernacle, it was always in the east. And so I identified direction here. This would be in the east. Now, if this was pushed all the way down to where this line is so that it was pointing due east, directly east, then we know that the south would be down here. And we know that the west would be here. And we know that the north would be here. And so I wanted to be sure I was identifying these directions. Now also, I wanted to just talk about this as well. Remember when we had the video about the 4 faces of the cherubim? We're talking about the creatures that were around the throne. We talked about this, and we were really specifically pointed in on the eagles. You all remember that video? Well, what I did here is I went ahead and tried to identify the face of the cherubim as to which section this would be. We know the ox is the Taurus. We know that the lion is Leo, so we know that face. We know that the eagle was here, and we know that the man is here. And so we also, when we were talking in that video, we were speaking of that it also linked into the 4 Gospels. And so the book of Mark is here, Luke, John, and Matthew. And so when I was meditating on this morning, actually driving into work, the Lord gave me an understanding about this, that these are actually the 4 faces of Jesus. These are the 4 different sides of him. And we have to learn what they are. We have to complete our journey and training to become like him. And so we have to go through all of these 4 phases, and we have to become all these different aspects and phases of him. This is what our schooling is all about, and this is what our training is all about. Remember, he's told us we're going to be graduating, and not only graduating, but graduating with honors. And it's because we have gone through and made our way to be an apostle, to be a priest, to be a prophet, and then at some point we will be kings. So guys, I just wanted to share this with you. And I wanted to say thank you so much for coming back and listening to my next video. Print this chart off or save it and use it while you're doing your own studies in Enoch's calendar. If there's any information in here that's inaccurate, please let me know. Just send me a kind comment and I'll go ahead and fix it and submit a new printable version for you. So guys, I just want to say thank you. God bless you. Stay under his wing. Enjoy your studies. It's exciting.